Hello and welcome to episode 27 of my crochet podcast. There's a lot of new people here, so thank you for being here. Before I just get into it, I guess, I do just want to take a moment to just say that, I'm thinking of anyone who may have been affected by hurricanes, either Helene, or Milton. It's crazy, and I can't imagine how scary that must be. We don't get hurricanes here in Australia, and I'm very thankful for that. So yeah, I just hope you're all safe and well. There's a lot of stuff going on in our world at the moment, isn't there? Okay, so rightio, let's get into it. Now, I guess because there are so many new people here, very quick rundown. Jenni, I've been crocheting consistently for, I don't even know, maybe 12 years, I'm not sure. My beautiful grandma did teach me as a kid, but then, I didn't do it again until much, much later in life. But once I picked it up, I have not stopped. I'm early 50s, happily married, 2 gorgeous daughters, adult daughters, and 1 beautiful grandson and another grandchild on the way. So it's very exciting. Lots happening in my world. I work full-time in a high school, supporting high school students with lots of different needs. And I also love that. But in my spare time, hence my business name, this is what I do. So all things blankets, amigurumi, plushies, wearables, you name it. But anyway, as I said, there's a lot of new people here, so I just thought I'd do another little bit of an introduction. And with, I guess, the extra people and some extra views on videos, I've now been welcomed into the YouTube Partner Program, which is awesome. I guess I had hoped that that's where it would go eventually. It's just happened a lot quicker than I would have imagined. So thank you. Anyway, today I'm going to try and remember to put some timestamps in the video so that if you're not interested in what I have to say about the blanket and maybe you want to check out the book, you can do that. But anyway, considering most of my week has been taken up with finishing my mix and match blanket, I thought that I would start with that. Now, I really did learn an awful lot doing this blanket. And, whilst it's not perfect, it just taught me a lot. So I feel that the next time I do one, I think I'm going to hopefully be able to nail it. So I'm just going to give you another look at it, give you a look at the finished product, and as I said, talk about a few of the things that I did learn, so that if you've either got the book or you were thinking of purchasing the book, hopefully this might help you as well. So let's chat about that. Now, if you haven't heard of the book Mix and Match Modern Crochet Blankets, it's a beautiful book by Esme. She's Red Sparrow Crochet over on Instagram. It is a book of 100 different textured, patterned strips that you can create to come up with your own blanket design. It's absolutely gorgeous. I feel like there's going to be many, many more mix and match blankets in my future. Now, I had originally, and if you've been here for a while, you'd be aware that I was originally planning on doing the Desert Highway blanket, this one right here. I had most of the colours, however, probably not quite enough, and I did veer off course a little bit. There was a number of reasons as to why I had to veer off and change. I almost feel like I don't know where to start, but I will pop in a video right now so that you can see a whole picture of the blanket. I did a 3-round border on it in the black, which I do think framed it really quite nicely. I did end up having to change up some of the strips. I had hoped to have another strip in there, and it is this one here. This was one of the earlier strips that I did in black and this natural colour, and I really like it. However, I assume it's because you're carrying the yarn, I'm not sure, but this is okay here, but as it goes further down, I'm not sure if you can tell, it kind of slants to one side. Now I did start pinning it when I was sewing the strips together. I did start pinning it, and I had thought that it would naturally just sort of straighten out as I began to sew it, but it didn't straighten enough for me to be happy with it, and I thought rather than be unhappy with it, I would just omit it from the blanket. So such a shame, and I do think an extra one with black in there would have looked really good. However, it just wasn't meant to be. I could have potentially crocheted another piece, but to be honest, I just kind of wanted it done. So unfortunately, this one didn't make the cut. But everything else, and I played around with the placement of the strips a lot. I changed it a lot, but I'm pretty happy with what I came up with in the end. Now, I guess as far as running into some issues, what I did find was that some of the strips, for example, this one is quite solid. It doesn't have much stretch. The same with this one here. It doesn't have much stretch, whereas this one, for example, had a lot of stretch. And although when I was making them, I felt like I was making them the same length, when it came to pinning them, goodness, it appeared that they were actually all different lengths. Now, these are also, because there are a lot of different designs, some are based off a single crochet, some are a half double, there's double crochets in there, and even an extended double. Therefore, you don't have the same number of rows, if that makes sense, in your strips. Therefore, and combine that with some that are stretchier than others, it was a little problematic. And I did end up frogging length off quite a few of them. Some of them, I now look back and think, did I frog too much? I have slightly blocked this, but to be honest, it probably needs a little bit more. I'm going to be keeping this one, by the way. I probably will make another one to sell at some point. However, I'm a fair bit of a perfectionist when it comes to my makes that I'm selling, and I feel like this one, I know I can do better. Therefore, I'm going to hang on to this one. But I love it anyway, and as I said, it did teach me a lot, so I think it'll be good to hang on to. Okay, so for the most part, when I had to frog back some of the strips, there were no issues. However, when I was doing this strip here, for some reason, even though I thought I'd chosen the right end, I started to frog it from what turned out to be the beginning of the strip. Therefore, if you have tried to frog from that end before, you will know that it doesn't just unravel. And for the life of me, I couldn't work out why I was having so much trouble trying to undo it. And anyway, good old Google. I can't even remember what I typed in, but I was able to work out that I was indeed frogging it from the beginning. And that's not easy to do. So you really need some little hacks to be able to do it neatly. And I did find a really, really good tutorial, I guess. I want to say it was possibly Blossom Crafts, Blossom Crochet. I will try and find it again, and if so, I will link it below. Now, it looked fairly straightforward, and for the most part it was. However, I did muck it up a little bit, but I was still able to save it anyway. I should have used blue, but I don't know why, because you're supposed to pull it out, but I ended up getting mine tangled. You have to put in, it's called a lifesaver, I think. It's just a piece of yarn that you thread through so you don't lose your stitches. And then once you, I guess, pick it up and then recrochet that row in, you then ideally pull the lifesaver piece of yarn out. However, because I'd managed to get it a bit tangled, I can't pull it out because otherwise I'll probably lose the stitches. I don't even know if that makes sense, but either way, you can see there, that's where I had to save it, so to speak. However, you wouldn't even know. If you looked from that side, you would not even know. So that's probably the biggest issue that I had. And this is probably one of my favorite strips. So I definitely didn't want to lose it. So I had to work hard to save it. When it came to actually joining the squares, the strips, they're not squares, they're strips. I had felt quite intimidated by the thought of doing that. However, it wasn't nearly as bad as what I thought, to be honest. And I will show you a little bit of footage of what it looks like from the back. I probably could have done it a little bit neater. However, to be honest, I'm still quite happy with that. And as I said, it wasn't nearly as bad as what I thought. And so the next time I make a blanket like this, I'm not at all going to be worried by or intimidated by that step. Now, on last week's video, I had lovely Beck comment and say that she has made 2 of these blankets, and that she found that she chose to do strips that are the same stitch height. So for example, ones that use all single crochet or all half double crochet, etc., etc. Therefore, you can end up with the same number of rows, which means it's going to be far, far easier to, I guess, have the exact same length, and then the sewing together will make it a lot easier as well. So that is definitely something I am going to do next time I make one of these blankets, is ensure that I'm choosing strips that are using the same stitch, essentially, stitch height, essentially. So I already look forward to making another one, and as I said, putting a lot of these things into place. Now, with my border, I'm very happy with the black, actually. I just did the first round, I just did all single crochet, and then I did 2 rounds of half double crochet, which is often a go-to stitch for my borders. And I'm really, really happy with the result, actually. Now, the finished size of the blanket was about 85 centimeters or 34 inches wide, and 120 centimeters or 47 inches wide. So it's a decent size for a blanket. Yep, as I said, I'll be hanging on to it, and I haven't washed it yet, or as I said, blocked it properly, so it'll end up being a little bit bigger than that. But ultimately, I'm very happy. I'm so glad that it's done, and I'm looking forward to taking what I have learned into the next time that I actually do that, make one of those blankets. So if you, as I said, if you either have the book or you're thinking about getting it and you have any questions, pop them below. I'm happy to, I feel a lot more experienced in that department now, and I'm sure that I can help out with any questions that you might have. Now, during the week, I hopped onto Amazon and I was looking at the Prime deals and whatnot, and I thought I would hop on and have a look at the crochet books. And this one, I don't believe I have seen this one before, or perhaps I haven't noticed it. It is Fluffy Amigurumi Animals by Christine Marvel. And she actually has a YouTube channel. She is When Crafting is Life here on YouTube. It's a book of, it says 10 patterns for velvety, soft crochet animals. And I just thought they were absolutely adorable. So I've had a good look through it and I'm very, very happy with it. I paid $28.95 Australian, and I had a look. That's about $19.53 US and $14.97 pounds. So I'm happy enough with that price. It's just a paperback. It's not hardcover, but it is it's very well laid out. I feel like it's simple. I like the pattern writing style. Most of them are labeled as easy. However, there are 2, I believe, that are intermediate. I'm not sure if I already said that there are 10 animals in there. So I will give you a quick look at each of them. And yeah, so this is the first one. This is Buttercup, the bunny. She's very cute, isn't she? She is easy. She is easy to make. Next we have Bailey the bear. He is so cute. He was also listed as easy. What I really like is that the patterns for the accessories for each of these animals, sometimes it might be a hat, sometimes it might be some clothing, but they are made in cotton, whereas the animals are obviously made with like a chenille or plush yarn. I do often like mixing fibres like that, so I am very much looking forward to making one of these makes. We have another easy pattern, and this is Delilah the duck. She's very, very cute with her little sun hat there. And these just look like a little different to, you know, what I've seen around for quite a long time. I'm definitely going to be making this one at some point. This is Coco, the Cocker Spaniel. Isn't she just gorgeous? I love how she's sitting, her little ears, and her bow. She is adorable. Yep, that is definitely, I'd say that might be the second make, and I will show you what my first one's going to be. This is, okay, so this is the first intermediate pattern. This is Lola the lamb. She's beautiful as well. She's got a little cotton dress on. As I said, I do really like the writing style. In this book, we have Perry the penguin. He's very cute with his little scarf. And I don't think that, I mean, aside from the ones that have, I mean, the lamb, yeah, I feel like, yes, well, it's not hair, but it's, yeah, there are some parts that would probably take a little bit, and when we get to the line, you'll see there are some parts that would obviously take a little longer, but the actual bodies and everything I think would work up fairly quickly. Okay, this is Levi the line. So you can see his little mane and little beard thing here and his tail. Those stitches are going to take a little bit longer, but I think you would agree that the end result would be well worth it. Levi is also intermediate. This is another one. This may be third on my list. This is Honey the horse. I think she is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Honey is listed as easy. Now, This one I definitely think is going to be my first make from this book, and this is Kai the kangaroo. I'm Aussie, of course I have to make a kangaroo. And this I think is one of the cutest kangaroo patterns I have seen around. Sometimes I feel, I don't know, I feel like they just don't quite look right, but I really, really love the look of Kai. I think he is absolutely gorgeous. He's got his little cotton vest on there as well. So hopefully I can find some time in the very near future to make one of these and show you. But I did want to give you a look at that book because, as I said, I mean, I have a number of books and I'm always kind of on the lookout for more. But this one, yeah, I just hadn't noticed this one before. I'm not sure when it was published. It is an Australian designer. Okay, it only came out this year. So that's probably why I haven't seen it. But I'm without even making it, I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm very happy and I would recommend this book. So there, I did start another little make for my Amigurumi World Tour this morning. However, I also had some errands to run and everything, so I'm not finished, but that's okay. I can do that for next week. I mainly just wanted to get on and show you both the book and my mix and match blanket. Yeah, I won't babble on. I do, hopefully in the next few days, I'm going to have another pattern roundup video to release. Fingers crossed, it's definitely in the works. And I know a lot of you are liking those pattern roundup videos, so that's fantastic. One other thing I will add is that I've jumped on the Buy Me a Coffee bandwagon. So if any of you feel the need and would like to support my channel, support me by buying me a coffee, there is a link below. There should be a link below. So no pressure, but just thought I would mention it. But that's it for now. I have lots to do for the rest of the afternoon. I hope you're all safe and well. I hopefully will see you in a few days with the next roundup video. Other than that, I will see you Thursday evening for the Year of Granny Squares Cal weekly wrap up, or next Sunday. Thank you for being here, and certainly welcome to all of the newbies. I'll see you next week. Bye for now.